Sing the song. All things find the end of the when things fire was toward the world.
Whoa! What do you call that? Sticker man dance?
We know!
We got birds!
Show them!
Let there be light! Right, look, we're gonna have to bring them inside, okay? The boss, baby.
On the boss, baby.
Right, guys, today was the day where I was going to get this all prepped. The laid back approach. How many eggs has hatched?
3.
3.
Wait, I just saw one more open.
Minimum effort, maximum result. That's the motto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a big A and a sore spot. We'll put them back in and then I will try to get organised because now the meter really is running. Set that on that.
On what?
Yeah. They were hatching this morning. I went out to check and look, there's one there, half out.
Can I hold one?
Look, they're hatching. Look at the wee eggs. Look, there's baby chicks breaking through
Hey,
them.
I want this one. I wasn't to one. Oh, Bob.
Wow.
Right, guys, let's wet this incubator. Not 100% sure this is the right thing to do, but please let me know in the comments what you think. I'm wetting it with the idea of compressing it, compaction, and then I'm going to put the brooders, the heaters onto it and get the stage set because they've hatched this morning on day 19 of 21. What? Tomorrow on day 20 they'll be going into this as chicks, as chunky chicks. I bought 2 of them. Each holds 30 birds. It'll heat. Took the other one out of the box the other day to see what it looked like. Just right, guys. The incubator is kid proof. The brooders, the heat pads are. I'm hoping they're going to heat these tiles, which will in turn hold the heat for the bird. Now, I have run the cable out and out through here. Just that'll do for now. Tomorrow morning I'll put the water in, or tonight I'll actually put the water in, get it up to room temperature on another pad. I'm telling you, don't belong to losing up a bit of space whenever you start doing this. We still have a few that isn't hatched. Some of them that has begun to hatch, like this one. So we're going to take the ones that's all, the down that's all fluffy, and put them out in the brooder box. Oh, Mum wants to see. Show him. There's. What do you call this boy, Mum? Nugget. He's the one that got injured. What happened to him? He's got a big eye. Chicken run jobby.
No.
Leave him alone, he's just born.
No, it's fluffy.
Right, let's go out and get rid of some of these. Right, so we just put them in here where there's food and heat. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right guys, these 2 are just recently born. See how they're still wet? So we're going to keep them in there. They'll also hopefully start to be chirping and encourage the other ones to hatch. Look, these guys are eating already. How cool is that? 2 heaters, 2 drinkers and a feeder. They'll find their way. What's this?
Yeah.
And look at this here.
Happy birthday.
I eat you for dinner too. Don't touch my egg. These guys didn't make it.
This thing done the
That's
trick.
not a hammer.
Well, I follow words.
Set that down gently. Right, listen up. We're going to take the quad off. You're not playing today, you're working.
Yeah.
And I want you to go around and gather up all them white posts like we talked about coming up the road, yeah?
Yeah.
122 kilometers in 3 months. We're flying. He has opted not to use the trailer. He's going to use the golf bag reused as fencing post container. I was up this morning and I moved the sheep. So now the sheep are in the lower paddock and they're the other side of the wire. Jacob is on this side because he went underneath it. He broke through it and it was too much hassle to try and get him back. I did try, but it wasn't working. I'm just going to let him, he'll stay up there with them, but it's more important for George to keep the gate closed. Go up and get the golf bag and gather up the stuff and bring it back to here, and we'll stack them. We'll stack them inside the sheep shed. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
He's listening. I'm telling you, that boy can listen when he chooses, eh? What we're going to be doing is working on this. Guys, the 20mm bar that I showed goes into these corners. That's going to make the corners up, stop the wiggling. It was too tight and it was going to get real expensive trying to take a shim off it. I couldn't get something like 18mm, so I ended up getting round bar. This stuff here is tight and it'll do the same job. Plus, it's a wee bit of wiggle room. We'll see this here for a payload. I like its style. Bro, that's some load. Look at that there for an improvisation.
You can unload the thing.
Right. Come over here, reverse over there. Over to there. He has actually got off light today. I have ordered another hitch that will be able to put the roller on just on a pin and will be able to drive around, and his job is going to be killing the grass, just trampling it, making it Flat pack for the microorganisms. Feeding the soil. I keep saying we. Me and the camera. There's the first battery dead. Oh, we have two more. I have actually, from I started cutting firewood with the circular saw for the house, I have lost two of these batteries. One of them used once, forgot to take it off the trailer. Now I've cut out this notch. Now we're going to try and bend it, hopefully get 90 degrees. Nope. Grab that one and let's go over and see to the fit. Moment of truth. But we're going to have to go get the 240 volt grinder because we've almost used 3 batteries, and that is not good because we're only getting started. Didn't work. Didn't work again. One day soon it'll hopefully start working off the battery. Now we're going to drop a right angle on this. We'll clean this down too when we're at it. So the dirt of me already. So I first attempted to cut a notch out of it with the idea of bending this upper section around. It didn't work. It might have worked if I had kept it a bit thicker and had added a bit of heat to it to help it bend, but we didn't have that option. So what I did, I welded it all together and then I grinded it off. If you look at here, at the opposite side, I've just taken a grinding off the edge to make it less sharp with the idea that it'll fit into this here now. Let's see. Yeah, boy! Now the downside to using round pipe instead of the square is this is going to rotate. So what I'm going to have to do is just put a cable tie on this just to hold it in place so that it doesn't affect the opening and closing of the door. And when it's spent a while in this position, I'll be able to wiggle it to get it out. If I had to use box section, I obviously wouldn't have been able to wiggle it. I'd had to allow a bit of wiggle room for rust and what throughout the course of the growing season, chick growing season. So that there, I'm happy with that. Oh aye. Don't fit whenever I say. Snug as a bug in a rug. You see that last one was a wee bit tighter to get in. It was made the exact same way as the other ones. I think it's because the floor is not even. Let's pull it and see what it's going to be like in the field. Right, bro. This isn't finished yet. We still have to bore these two. Look. Right, bro. This isn't finished. Hey, you looking at me? Right, bro. This isn't finished yet. We still have to add a couple more pieces to the top. But this is how we're going to move it in the field. Full of chicks. That's solid. Whenever these tighten, it'll take the flax out of it. Oh. Hopefully. If not, cable ties. Where do you see this here? Look.
52 centimeters.
How many millimeters? Times it by 10. 52 centimeters is how many millimeters?
20.
520. Right, look. This rim doesn't fit on this hub. This is the hub. This is the bit that carries the wheel, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. That's why it's sticking out like this. The trailer goes like that and this goes like that. We have got rims, and soon enough we're going to be fitting this out. Now that we have power, we have to put an axle in it. That's going to be a later project. Yeah?
Yeah.
You going to weld it?
No.
I have moved this 2 or 3 times. Whenever I yank it, this here has a tendency to drop down on the inside, potentially killing birds, which is no good. Just when after he said it there, I think I might put a wee piece out and drop it down like this, and then it locks in. Why do you use triangles and whenever they're making forms?
It's strongest seal.
Structural bracing, yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Hey, tell these guys what you want to be.
Civil engineer.
Turn around and tell them.
Civil engineer.
Civil engineer. How he talks about money, he could probably run a business. I tell you, Shark Tank, baby. And I tell you better than that, I wouldn't want to be working for him because he would be ruthless. Right guys, Connell arrived and all work stopped. He was up to take a look at what the shades was. I just wanted to run by him how we were going to do the water shade, because we're going to have to put in filters and pumps and stuff. I ended up driving around the quad, having a bit of fun, and before we knew it, it was dinner time for Ivor and myself. So I went home, and if you notice, I'm not any prettier, but I'm a bit cleaner. Staying in the theme of the chunky chicks, the meat birds, we're now 7 days into it. Let's go through a few numbers that I've wrote down here. 69 eggs made it to the brooder, the incubator. 8 were non-fertile. Another 8 didn't hatch. 1 chick got stuck inside the egg and didn't make it. I had to finish it. On day 3, 1 bird got trampled and he wasn't going to do, so I had to dispatch him. On day 4, the feeder, they had been eating at it and they depleted 1 fill of the brooder. I don't know what weight that was, but I will in time. Day 6, 1 of the small birds didn't make it. Now, if you are watching, you see the bird that Jane was holding. He was never going to do. He's a bit deformed, but he got the name Nugget, and because he's called Nugget and everybody's rooting for him, hope you are too, I have been feeding him. He's still hanging in there, but he's like half the size. I'll show you a clip in a minute. I still not. You can cross your toes and fingers, but I don't think he's going to make it. So that brings us to 50 birds, including Nugget. Last night, on the 6th evening, I started removing the food. We're going to give them 14 hours of food, 10 hours without. Is that right? Don't know. That's what I'm going to do anyway. And tonight, is the end of day 7, I'm going to have to refill the food again. So the first 4 days, the first fill, then 3 days, you should see how active these chicks are. Right guys, you're going to have to excuse the lighting, but there's nothing I can do. 50 hertz for the camera, 50 hertz for this. Don't understand it. I just know that I hear other YouTubers talking about it, so light's a bit blinky. But anyway, let me show you the difference between Nugget and the fit birds that are growing like crazy. Right guys, this is Nugget, googly eye. Should call him Google. That'd be a cool name for him, wouldn't it? He's already been called Nugget. This is a fit bird. Look at the difference in the size, look. Something different about these guys. Look at the crop. That's full of food. He's stuffing himself. Whereas Nugget, a lot less. And that's because I've been feeding him. He's still cute though, isn't he? That water was only changed 2 years ago. But if you look at these wee guys, they're scratching like crazy. They're so active. They're giving their Dixie. We put a few grains of food into hot water and make it a bit more palatable for them. Then we find them. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Right, and once we found him, this is the way I've been doing it. Just putting the food in a spoon and force feeding them. This is what I think's keeping them alive. So guys, this is what I've been doing to keep Nugget alive, because we're all rooting for him. Just get his beak open. Kind of just tip it into him. Right, look. That's him full up there now, look. Right. In you go, mate. Look at the size of that boy there, look. He's no mug. Eh? Great. Maybe later. 3, 2, 1. Evil Knievel. I think that's funny.